what's up? Today we're gonna do a little video about the AI collapse, okay? So just relax, okay? It's by Business Circle. So you all already know we're in a purple. And I'm gonna stop now. But nah, go ahead. Let's get into this. AI hype is lit. Some of it's not. You already know this, but today it's gonna be fun. We're gonna have some fun today, you know? We're just chilling. Go ahead and like, subscribe. Yeah, let's check it out, man. Let's go.
Rewind back to...
Hold up. Let me make sure the sound is right. Can't have the sound blowing out the speakers, you know what I'm saying? I know that just blew out somebody's speakers, unfortunately. Because when I raise this, it's going to start peaking, bro. It's going to start peaking, bro. With that being said, let's get it.
November 2022, ChatGPT launches, and tech CEOs promise AI will revolutionize literally everything within 5 years. $600 billion flooded into AI companies. 2 years later, the industry loses $6 trillion in market value.
6 trillion?
And 95% of AI projects are failing.
NVIDIA just lost $589 billion in a single day.
Yo.
Chinese AI startup.
There is a massive bubble that has formed in the AI market.
No way.
99% of AI startups will be dead by 2026.
Yeah, that makes sense. That makes
The
sense.
industry was burning through $400 billion
Because a lot of people can't
annually,
keep up with the
while
best.
American consumers spent just $12 billion on AI services.
12
a 40
billion?
to 1 spending gap that made no economic sense whatsoever. 95% of enterprise AI projects were failing to deliver returns. Nobel
95?
Prize-winning economists were saying it wouldn't work, and even Sam Altman himself admitted they were in a bubble.
Who's Sam
But the
Altman
truly
again? I
interesting
forgot.
part isn't just
Is that
how much
AI
money
Will
was
Smith eating
lost.
spaghetti, right?
It's how an industry that once looked so revolutionary
Yeah.
is turning into one of the most spectacular financial disasters in modern history.
Today's guest is Mr. Sam Altman.
November 30th,
I really
2022.
don't like the way a lot of AI stuff looks when it's like renditioning humans poorly. It just Well, y'all know, y'all seen the video on that. Well, partially. If you did see it, we made a little bit of a video on that. It was a visual venture video. It was about the AI slop on YouTube, AI content farms. That's what it was, and the one for kids too.
OpenAI releases ChatGPT, and within hours, people are sharing screenshots of conversations that feel like science fiction, with the chatbot writing poetry, debugging complex code, explaining quantum physics, and having conversations that seem genuinely
I'd be better than a
intelligent.
teacher.
My mind was blown.
Some
I didn't know what
teachers.
ChatGPT was like a month ago, and I was just like, okay.
I remember in college there was one teacher I had, bro. There was one teacher. He was literally, if y'all are students right now, y'all probably know this, but like y'all know those teachers that aren't teachers, y'all call them like we used to call them slide teachers, like or like PowerPoint teachers. They were PowerPoint professors. The PowerPoint professors, bro. Nobody ever called it that, but I would start calling it that. I would coin that term if I knew now what I knew then. If I knew then what I know now, I would coin that term. But basically, it's the dudes who don't really teach stuff. They just be like, oh, here's the lesson plan for the semester. And then they throw up a PowerPoint every class, and they just like walk through the PowerPoint and read what's on the PowerPoint. They don't really teach nothing. They're like, hey, you got to learn all the rest of it on your own. I had some teachers like that. It was crazy. It wasn't terrible because like I would have just done that stuff at home on YouTube anyways, which I mostly did for all the coursework that I had. It was for computer science. So what are we doing here?
Like perfect.
The numbers are staggering, with 1 million users in 5 days and
1
100 million in 2 months.
In 5 days?
Instagram's 2.5-year timeline to the same milestone look glacial by comparison.
Hold on,
Media
I can probably
coverage
put this up here.
exploded overnight.
A new class of AI has been unleashed. Nobody had any idea that like 100 million people would start using these things.
Gained popularity for its ability to craft emails, write research papers, and answer almost any question in a matter of seconds.
With all this explosion came the first promises from the CEOs of the biggest AI companies.
What's
January
that?
2025, Sam
What they
Altman
promise?
tells
Oh,
Time
Sam
magazine
Altman, he's
that
OpenAI.
now knows how to build artificial general intelligence as we've traditionally understood it. He predicts that within a decade, everyone on Earth will be capable of accomplishing more than the most impactful person alive today.
He's not wrong.
The AI will do 95% of what marketers currently use agencies for, and that we can imagine a world where we cure all diseases, putting a specific timeline on it of 5 years, give or take.
But do an amazing amount.
When did he say this? In 2022?
Using AI.
So about 2028.
Over at Google, Demis Hassabis makes similarly audacious claims in March 2025 by predicting AGI will arrive within 5 to 10 years and describing how we're turning sand into thinking machines, as if the fundamental laws of economics don't apply to massive computation costs.
Yeah, I think in the next 5 to 10 years, that will be my, maybe 50% chance that we'll have what we're defined as AGI.
It's already happening
Wall Street
now.
believes every single word, and Nvidia becomes a proof point that this is all very real. By late 2022, Nvidia was worth relatively little, but within months, its value skyrocketed to $3 trillion.
$3 trillion.
It's absolutely staggering. $26 billion in 2023, $60 billion in 2024, $130 billion in 2025. Estimate for 26, 206, 276 in 27, 321 in 28.
Yeah, I used to trade
that's just historic.
AMD and Nvidia. I still do from time to time.
Something we have never seen in the capital markets, and it's the reason
For y'all who
behind the
don't know, I be
astronomical
trading in the stock
performance
market.
that this company is exhibiting.
July 9th,
good little,
2025, Nvidia
good little
becomes
bag,
the
you know
first
what I'm
company in
saying? Stretch
history
your
to
income.
reach $4 trillion in market value, representing over 1,000% growth in less than 3 years, powered almost entirely by belief that AI would transform everything, and Nvidia would be selling the shovels.
Why does
The
it gotta be
venture
Blackwell?
capital world goes into an absolute feeding frenzy, with generative AI companies raising $8.7 billion in 2022, then $21 billion in 2023, then $45 billion in 2024.
45 bill?
AI captures 33%
That's not even that much for this, for tech stuff.
Right.
That's not even that much.
US venture capital. By first quarter 2025, the number becomes truly insane.
71%?
With 71% of all venture funding going to AI companies, meaning 7 out of every $10 invested in new companies is betting on artificial intelligence.
Wow, that's actually huge.
When there's big change, a big
I mean,
revolution,
like,
and I think this will be at least
if I were
as
to
big
watch
as
Shark
the
Tank,
industry,
I'd probably see like
surprising. There's
what that means is probably like you'd probably see like 7 out of 10 people on Shark Tank starting an AI company,
even the discovery
or
of
7 out of 10 people that
electricity,
get funded.
with Gartner's 2023 hype cycle placing generative AI at the absolute peak of inflated expectations. But while everyone's celebrating and stock prices are going vertical, something strange is happening with the actual
Portfolio
numbers.
looking good for the year.
Companies valued at hundreds of billions
I think
are
last time I checked
bleeding
it was at like
cash on every
68%
transaction.
on the year.
The math doesn't just look bad,
My
it
long
looks
term one anyways.
impossible. And the people who actually bothered to read the financial statements are starting to ask a question nobody wants to answer.
What's that?
How exactly is any of this supposed to make money?
Feels exactly like
What do you
1999.
mean?
I
How's
don't
it
know whether
supposed to
we'll
make money?
actually replay it exactly, but I think all the ingredients are in place. And certainly from a
You
trading
buy it,
standpoint, you have to position yourself.
By
What do you
2024,
mean? What do you mean? How does it supposed to make money? Basically, like there's a lot of ways to make money with AI. You can use it as like I'm using it right now for voiceover work. I use it to do voiceover projects that I don't feel like doing. Easy, and it's well trained though, because it's trained for me. All my work, I didn't I'm not using like somebody else's voice. I'm trained it off of work that I've done over the last like year or so, like over like 100-something projects, and I trained it off of that. So it's pretty dope. But like yeah, and I just collect the revenue that it brings in when people use it every month. So hey, if any of y'all watching, y'all want to see me, y'all want to use my AI for some voiceover stuff, hit me up. I'll drop the link in the video. But what was I talking about? How do you make money with it, right? You put the AI in a robot, sell the AI with the robot. It's easy. It's like droids. It's like Star Wars, you know? How do you think the droid army developed? Doesn't have to be a droid army, but you get the point.
the numbers stopped making sense. OpenAI quadrupled its value in a matter of months, reaching a valuation of $500 billion. But here's what makes this truly insane. OpenAI's actual financials tell a completely different story. In 2024, they generated $3.7 billion in revenue, but lost $5 billion.
How?
For every
Were
dollar
they paying
earn,
for all the chips?
They spend $2.25.
That's crazy.
This
Still
way,
losing money.
OpenAI has never, ever made a profit, but it's now worth more than Walmart or JP Morgan Chase.
Insane,
How
bro.
does that even make sense?
Yeah, the company was valued at $60 billion just a few months ago, so this is really a tremendous leap for Anthropic.
But it's debt.
Anthropic does the same,
A lot of
skyrocketing
debt,
from
though.
18 billion.
You know,
to
this might be one of those
180
things where it's like, it's being developed for development's sake and not for profit. So everyone who's working on it, it's gonna get paid. Everyone who's like earning and developing with it and using it, it's gonna get paid. But the company itself is a debt funnel. It just makes the product for debt. I'll take that trade. It doesn't need to really make that much profit.
$3 billion in less than 2 years. And when Mira Murati, the person
If it
basically
can't
behind
already
ChatGPT,
do it.
left OpenAI to start her own company, she raised $2 billion without even having a product. No demo,
Without
no
even having a
explanation,
product?
no business plan, just a name and a
She said
promise.
$2 billion without even
Investors
having a product,
threw
bro.
money at her
On
like it was
name only,
monopoly
bro.
cash. They didn't ask
On
questions.
name only,
they were
bro.
too terrified of missing the next big thing. Money was flowing so fast that common sense just stopped existing, I guess.
Yeah, low-key.
But then reality starts creeping in.
I remember
July 2025, an economist at Apollo Global Management publishes something that should have stopped everyone in their tracks. AI valuations look worse than the dot-com bubble. The top 10 companies in the S&P 500 are more overvalued today than they were at the peak of the 2000 crash. Other analysts
sense.
go
People
even
have a lot
further,
more,
calculating that the AI bubble
readily
is
available
17
funds to
times
invest
larger than the dot-com and 4
act
times
and
bigger
able
than the
to invest more.
2008 mortgage crisis that nearly broke the global economy. Let that sink
It's
in for a
probably
second.
only bigger.
17.
I'm not gonna lie, it's probably only bigger because of people's disposable income and how readily available these types of investments are to the average person, right? Like if you go back to 99 or whatever, when the dot-com bubble was starting, the dot-com bubble allowed everyone who has a social security number to be able to invest in the stock market. Beforehand, that wasn't the case. There was only like, you know, if you found out through a broker or if you like ventured into, so it was usually just a lot of wealthy people. It wasn't really the average person or the middle class or like even the lower class, right? So I feel like those numbers are probably roughly equal in today's value and today's currency value as well. I feel like those numbers are probably roughly equal if I'm like going off of the assumptions of what I just stated, right? I'm not saying that like what he's saying is wrong. I'm just saying that I think that it's not as overinflated as he's making it out to seem.
Times larger than dot-com.
It may have the makings of a perfect storm in the global economy.
And here's where it gets really uncomfortable. Even the successful products are bleeding money. Take GitHub Copilot. It's one of the most
GitHub
popular
Copilot?
AI tools
Oh,
out
that has
there.
an AI?
Developers
GitHub
love
has
it.
an AI?
It charges $19 per month. Seems reasonable, right? But it costs Microsoft $30 to run. Every single paying customer generates an $11 monthly loss.
That's
Read that
crazy.
again. The more successful it becomes, the more money they lose.
That's actually
It's like running a
good,
restaurant
honestly.
where every meal you sell costs you more than the customer pays. How long can that possibly last? Derek Thompson breaks down something even more absurd. American consumers spend $12
feel like
billion
for
per
AI.
year on actual AI services. Meanwhile, the industry is burning through 400 to 500 billion annually just on infrastructure, data centers, chips, electricity, etc. That's a 40 to 1
That's
gap
actually good.
for every dollar consumers spend.
I like that. Honestly, I'm not gonna lie, I like that because of how explosive it is and how like AI isn't a profit product. AI is a societal enhancement product. It's not a profit product. It's a societal enhancement product. So the fact that it's losing money is actually a good thing, because if it was gaining money, it'd get so stupid so fast. And it wouldn't be focused on what it was supposed to be focused on, which is societal improvement.
The industry spends $40 building the infrastructure alone, there's no credible path to closing that gap. None whatsoever. And even Goldman Sachs, one of the biggest believers in tech, publishes something that should have been a pretty big wake-up call.
So let's talk about why AI is getting more expensive.
June 2024, they released a report with a title that says it all. Gen AI. Too much spend, too little benefit. They didn't just theorize, they tested AI tools internally, actual real-world use in their own offices with their employees, and found something pretty devastating.
What's that?
The AI tools cost 6 times more than just having humans do the work the old-fashioned way. 6 times more expensive to use the revolutionary technology. This isn't some random skeptic on Twitter. This is Goldman Sachs.
That's good because it's going to slow the
telling their own multi-billion-dollar clients the math doesn't work.
The mouth.
So what does
the
the
corporate
market do
mouth.
with
It's
this
going to slow the
information?
corporate greed.
Ignores it completely. Because
By having it be
Nvidia
so
stock is
expensive.
still climbing. Everyone's making money on paper, and nobody wants to admit they might be wrong. But here's the thing about bubbles. They always pop. Always.
Pop. Do they?
And when they do, everyone realizes at the same exact moment that the foundation was never real. What comes next isn't just a market correction, it's a complete unraveling. Because while Wall Street was ignoring the warnings and the math wasn't
I'm ready
adding
with
up,
my puts.
something
I'll
even
buy some
worse
Nvidia
was
puts.
happening.
Don't play with me.
The actual products people were supposed to use, the ones that would justify all these billions, were failing spectacularly in the real world.
Processing your
number 12 combo?
Bro, what the
After years of grandiose
15,000
promises, reality
for a
finally
combo?
starts showing its face. And the
Okay.
first cracks don't appear on Wall Street, but in something far more embarrassing.
What's
the
that?
actual
Ooh, yeah.
products. April 2024. Humane
April
launches the AI
2024.
pin
Hey, it's my
for
birthday.
$700. A device that would supposedly replace your smartphone. You just talk to your personal AI assistant.
Whoa,
Marcus
that's so
Brownlee
cool.
Destroys it.
Yeah, I
Calls it
know that
the
guy.
worst product he's ever reviewed in his career. The battery is a fire hazard. It's slow, confusing, and simply doesn't work.
As of right now, the Humane pin is an incredibly poor proposition.
By August, Humane processes more returns than new sales.
That's
February
crazy.
2025, HP buys its remains for $160 million, less than half what was invested. The company shuts down 10 months after launch. But what's
10 is
alarming
crazy,
it's
bro.
not
It didn't
just
even make it a
startups.
year.
McDonald's
But I
spent
guess
3 years and
the CEOs probably made a bag off of it. So I don't know. Whoever was in the C-suite plus like 10 other people, and then like everybody who worked for the startup probably made a bag off of it. So hey, I
billions
guess.
of dollars developing an AI drive-through with IBM. They deploy it at over 100 restaurants. TikTok videos go viral showing total disasters. The AI adding 260 chicken McNuggets while the customer begs it to stop.
How's it? Hold on, bro.
Completely wrong.
Here's my thing though. Why is McDonald's as much money as they have? Why is their AI worse than regular? Worse than like regular run of the mill like phone prompt robots that aren't even AI backed. How is that? I feel like it's super simple. I feel like it's not hard to understand how to get a good AI into taking orders, bro. Literally can't take orders, bro. Fries in the bag AI.
Orders.
Number 12 combo.
Why does it says $147? Why does it say that?
June 2024.
Fries in the
McDonald's
bag, bro.
quietly shuts down the entire system. 3
Crazy.
years, millions invested, back to human workers.
That's
but wait,
insane.
it gets worse. Google decides to lie directly. December 2023, they publish a stunning video of Gemini AI responding to voice commands in real time, playing rock, paper, scissors. TechCrunch uncovers the truth. It's all staged. No real-time responses.
Wait,
no
what?
voice.
They capped?
Google had to type.
Why'd they do that?
Hint, it's a game for the AI to understand. It
What?
was all theatre. While these
What?
failures pile up, companies that promised prosperity are mass firing. 130,000 tech workers lose jobs just in the first 7 months of 2025. At least 10,000 layoffs from replacing humans with AI. IBM fires 8,000 after replacing HR with a chatbot. Months later, they rehire many as contractors because a chatbot can't do the job. An MIT study finds 95% of generative AI projects fail. The tools successfully complete only 30% of real tasks.
Yikes.
September 2025, OpenAI
How is my
something.
Yo, how is my AI voice clone more successful than all of these billion-dollar AI clones that are being like made by these professional like we do this type stuff? How? That's crazy. My 8s doesn't have any problems for real. 8s like maybe a couple pronunciation problems, but all you have to do is just like put in phonetics whenever you prompt it. You put in like a little hyphen or a little dash or like a little tilde over the letter to get the pronunciation you want. That and then just refresh it a couple times until it actually does it correctly. But bro,
devastating. Hallucinations are mathematically inevitable. Their most advanced models hallucinate 30 to 50% of the time. It's not a bug.
30 to 50,
it's a fundamental limitation.
Yikes.
But the day that really changes everything is
the
January
AI
27th, 2025.
Yo, why they got the AI on Fent, bro? How's that thing hallucinating 30 to 50% of the time, bro? 30 to 50? How is it that trash? That they got them AI on Fenty, bro. That's the Fent AI.
DeepSeek, the Chinese company, launches a model comparable
That used to be a
to
new
GPT-4,
AI company.
but trade
Fent
for a
AI.
fraction of the cost American companies swore was necessary.
Here's the
Oh
headline.
yeah, DeepSeek.
It's
DeepSeek about to
NVIDIA
take
loses
over.
$500 billion in historic market rout amid DeepSeek concerns.
The narrative
Yeah, I saw that in the
instantly
market.
collapses.
I saw that.
Nvidia loses
think I bought puts
$589
that day.
billion in a single day.
Or the next day.
Largest one-day loss in American corporate history. It's not an isolated event. It's the start of a cascade. In the following months, over $6 trillion in market value disappears. Even the true believers hedge.
OpenAI CEO Sam Altman just warned everyone that we're in an AI bubble.
August 2024, Sam Altman
We're not even in
admits,
2025
yes, we're in a bubble. He compares it to .com, says someone's going to lose a phenomenal amount of money. Jeff
That's
Bezos
okay, it's just
calls
money,
it an
bro.
industrial bubble. Goldman Sachs predicts a drawdown within
Just think about it
12
like
to
this.
24.
Y'all are creating stuff that can fundamentally improve society, no matter what way you cut it, no matter how many people lose, like, they're replaceable billions, right? I say replaceable billions because it's like, I'm talking about, like, I'm looking at the CEOs, like, losing money. They're not losing money. They're just, like, losing the money that was invested in that company. None of them are really losing money for real. Like, it's gonna be back in their pockets within the next year for sure, through something else. So I'm not worried about that. More worried about the layoffs from like the people that had jobs there. That's more concerning because like they will have to just find work elsewhere.
Months. October 8th.
But all in all, they're creating something fundamentally that could fundamentally improve society and is already fundamentally improving society. So I see it as an overall W, bubble or not.
25. The Bank of England issues
Plus, hey, I can always buy puts on the downswing. I'm no shy person when it comes to that.
formal warning. Risk of sharp correction.
Okay.
Valuations are stretched. The financial system is vulnerable. And here's what's truly terrifying.
What's
Deutsche Bank warns the US would be close to recession if big tech weren't spending massively on AI. The bubble is holding up the entire American economy. If
Is
it
it?
bursts, it takes everything, and I mean everything, down with it. At Yale,
I don't know about
40% of CEOs from the world's largest companies openly say they believe a correction is imminent. Every bubble has that moment where you look back and think, how did nobody
How
see
did
the
I
signs?
not see it? The signs
So,
are obvious.
what do you think? Are we watching
I
the
agree,
biggest
bro.
financial bubble of our generation inflate right before our eyes?
Probably.
Or will AI actually deliver
But
on
it
all
actually
those
will,
promises
probably will
and
deliver.
prove the
It'll probably be
skeptics
both.
wrong? Let me know
It
your
could be
thoughts
both,
in the
honestly. I'm gonna be real. It could be both. It could be that they deliver, but it's still not to the point where it's profitable because it just costs so much to do, and then it'll just be a public service, and that's dope.
Comments below. I want to know if you're bullish or bearish on this one. And if you found this video valuable, hit that subscribe button and turn on notifications so you don't miss the next one.
Bullish on it.
Cheers.
Hey, that's a W video, my boy. Good video, The Business Circle. I appreciate you and the work that you do and the research that you do on these videos. This is quality work, man. But with that being said, I'm going to catch y'all later. Go ahead and like and subscribe and leave a comment down below what y'all think about the AI bubble. Do y'all think it's going to pop? Do y'all think it's going to not? Do y'all think it's going to drop? That's going to be it for me. I'll catch y'all later. Bye.